Can you imagine a sort of slapstick comedy starring Barbra Streisand? And could you imagine that movie actually being a good movie? Well, this week I'm going to give you the 1972 movie What's Up, Doc, starring Barbra Streisand as Judy Maxwell, Ryan O'Neal as Howard Bannister, and we also have Madeline Kahn as Eunice Burns. This movie was directed by Peter Bogdonovich and written by Buck Henry. And this movie is in the accidental mix-up genre, and when that happens, comedy ensues. This is about the mix-up of 4 identical overnight bags, and when they all get mixed up, it creates a series of wild and wacky situations. And at the center of it, Barbra Streisand and Ryan O'Neal, 2 people you probably don't associate with broad comedy. This movie takes place in the San Francisco area and by and large is shot on location in San Francisco. So you see a lot of familiar sights of the San Francisco area, but there were some scenes that were shot on Stage 18 at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank. The budget of this movie was estimated at about $4 million, and it made over $66 million at the box office, so it was a huge hit in 1972. What's Up, Doc was Peter Bogdanovich's follow-up to The Last Picture Show, and then the year after this, he would go on to make the movie Paper Moon. So he had quite a string of years of success in the 1970s. All 3 of those movies were huge hits for Peter Bogdanovich. Peter Bogdanovich came up with the story for this movie, and Buck Henry is credited as the main screenwriter of the movie, but he worked on it with Peter Benton and David Newman, so they are writers. Buck Henry was also the screenwriter for the movie The Graduate. He also was screenwriter credited for Catch-22, and he worked on another Barbra Streisand movie, The Owl and the Pussycat. The Owl and the Pussycat was the film that Barbra Streisand acted in right before this movie. The Owl and the Pussycat came out in 1970. This is 1972. This was during the years where she was balancing her music career and her acting career. Before that, of course, she was in Funny Girl as her screen debut in the movie theaters. She had done Hello, Dolly at this point, and On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. Barbra Streisand was and still is a huge star, very unlike sort of what we see people today. If you weren't around during that time or during Barbra Streisand's heyday, I don't think you quite understand what a huge star she was. Then you had Ryan O'Neal, who became a huge success. So he was on the TV series Peyton Place in the 60s, and he did some movies here or there, nothing a huge hit until 1970. He starred in the massive hit Love Story. And after this, in 1973, he would go on to star in Peter Bogdanovich's 1973 hit movie, Paper Moon, which he stars with his young daughter, Tatum O'Neal, at the time. And then, of course, we have comedy screen legend Madeline Kahn, who What's Up, Doc was one of her first movies. And this is right before she would go on to star in a series of Mel Brooks comedies. And she was a legend. And if you have never seen a Mel Brooks movie with Madeline Kahn in it, you should really check them out. She is also in Paper Moon with Ryan O'Neal, directed again by Peter Bogdanovich. But after the early 70s, she goes on in the mid-70s to star in Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. In the late 70s, she's in High Anxiety. She's also in one of my favorites, The Muppet Movie, in one of the cameo spots. just love Madeline Kahn, and it is a shame, as always, that she died so young. She was only in her late 50s when she died of ovarian cancer. In this movie, they kind of reference and spoof other movies that were popular during the late 60s, early 70s, including the movie Bullet that takes place in San Francisco. Also, they take a shot at Ryan O'Neal's famous hit Love Story in the movie as well. There is also a legend that Sylvester Stallone is an extra in this film, although you can't really make him out. He is in the far background walking away, but apparently Sylvester Stallone is in this movie somewhere. This movie is trying to harken back to the screwball comedies that had come before them, and it is refreshing to see Barbra Streisand in such a role. She did a few comedies, and they're actually pretty good. I encourage people to give What's Up, Doc a chance. Comedy is really hard sometimes to translate. Throughout the years, sensibilities change, but I think if you give What's Up, Doc a chance, I think you'd actually really like this movie and find it funny. What's Up, Doc was also the second highest grossing movie of 1972. The first highest grossing movie of 1972 was, of course, The Godfather. And I know it's rare to think of Barbra Streisand in comedies like that, although Funny Girl is a musical comedy, and of course she has other stuff peppered in there. But this is a different style of comedy, more broad, more slapstick, especially when you think of Barbra Streisand today. I bet you don't think of her in stuff like this. This and The Owl and the Pussycat are really her stretching her comedy genes, I would say. And speaking of stuff that you're not known for, Ryan O'Neal too, you don't really think of him as a comedy actor. Yes, he did some comedies in his time, but nothing in this genre of comedy. And especially when you think of Ryan O'Neal in like Barry Lyndon or Love Story, he's certainly not the same Ryan O'Neal he is in this movie. And Ryan O'Neal and Barbra Streisand do a duet near the end of this movie. It's the only time you see Ryan O'Neal singing on screen, and he does it with Barbra Streisand. I wonder how intimidating that was for him. And besides the Sylvester Stallone extra part that you really don't see him in the film, this does have Randy Quaid in it in a small part, who was in The Last Picture Show. So I encourage you, if you've never seen 1972's What's Up, Doc by Peter Bogdonovich, starring Barbra Streisand, Ryan O'Neal, and Madeline Kahn, give it a chance. I guarantee you'll be charmed by it. So if you're not aware, my name is Stacia. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for watching my channel. I'm in the 140-ish subscriber range, so almost to 150. I'm looking to see how long it takes me to get to 200 subscribers this year. So if you would, please, it's free, it's easy, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about What's Up, Doc, or other Peter Bogdanovich films. Let me know what you think about Barbra Streisand. And if you had never seen this before and checked it out recently, did you still find What's Up, Doc a funny movie? But I will see you guys next time. Again, thank you so much for viewing. Thank you for subscribing. See you next time. Bye.